Hi everybody, my name is Sean O'Kane with ChipEstimate.com, your IP resource for your next chip design in the world of the EDA industry. We're here at DVCon 2011, and today is SystemC Day. My guest today is Dr. Volken Esen, a Senior Verification Engineer with Infineon. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
You'll be presenting today about software-driven verification using SystemC, the TLM 2.0.
Right.
And virtual platforms. So could you tell us a little bit about what the user case study you're going to be presenting today?
So this case study is focusing the TLM IP developer when he's writing his first, or when he's just about finishing the TLM IP, he wants to test it somehow. So what he usually does is like write his own environment around it and then try to test it, and it's really a manual effort. Mm-hmm. And what I'm going to talk about is an approach where you sort of have a mini system that is already creating the environment for that IP, and it has a CPU interface so that you can write directed test case in software, which you then will be able to reuse once this IP is integrated into the full platform. And here I will go on into how you can manage the infrastructure and how you can also implement it in that way that you can add additional checks that are apart from the software, just to help you get your IP up and running quickly. So it's a pragmatic approach to get the quality of the TLM IP done quickly. So
to start at the highest level with IP development and verification, and then you work your way from there. So synthesis is playing a big part in this as well. You did touch on that. You don't have to go into great detail, but and why is that?
So synthesis is important in that way that you have that abstract model, the abstract description, and then actually can reuse the effort that you put in there in the later flow. Though I must say that I am more focusing on verification, the functional verification bit. So this is why I wouldn't say that I have the most experience with the synthesis part of it, but I see it's an important development, and it's reflected also by the adoption.
Oh yeah, and that's my next question is, how is the adoption developing? How is it coming along?
Yeah, so people look more and more into it, especially with the algorithm synthesis and how they can put some wrapper control code around that and use the synthesis subset for that. So it's of interest, but I wouldn't say it's mainstream yet. Yeah, so it will be a topic of the next year's further investigation.
And how does Infineon use SystemC today?
So the most popular use case is to design a virtual platform for the early software development. So we really managed to give our firmware guys a platform they can simulate, and they have this almost the same view as to the final silicon. They get their code straight, and then they have like a couple of days of porting it to the final silicon. The other use case that we have is also co-simulation, so that we can plug in RTL models as blocks into the full virtual prototype to run it in a system context. Because you wouldn't simulate the complete RTL for such a long time, because it's taking a lot of simulation effort. So you try to limit the amount where you simulate the complete system at RTL. So, but getting your RTL block done, you can use the co-simulation environment.
Well said. Thank you very much for joining us, Dr.
Thanks for having me.
Volken Esen. He's the Senior Verification Engineer with Infineon. Again, thanks, and we'll see you next time on ChipEstimate TV.